Good morning, this is Jenny Pell with Growers Magazine, and I'm here with Janine Holstein, and we're in upcountry Maui on her beautiful 24-acre property where she's digging into a permaculture comprehensive agroforestry design. And we're going to talk story a little bit about the beginning stages of her project and her big vision. Good morning, Janine, how are you?
Hi, Jenny, I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm really excited to be here with you.
Thank you so much for coming. I am too.
Yeah. So let's talk a little bit about the big vision. I've been working with Janine on the agroforestry design and the hydrology of the site, and what we've learned about this site in particular is that, like many places in the world, we're now experiencing extended periods of drought, which lead to real big fire danger, and then we have these huge rain events that come and it just like absolute deluge, and we have all the erosion of the topsoil. So one of the key strategies here is passive water harvesting and then really deep-rooted diversity of agroforestry plants. So tell us a little bit about what you want to see your forestry system do over time.
Yeah, thanks, Jenny. Really what I'm looking for is forest that sustains itself pretty much forever, that does not need any human intervention. Like, I'm thinking about like when I'm dead, that this land will completely sustain itself in every way and just be a complete forest and be able to withstand all of the climate issues and all of the drought issues and all of the flooding issues in the winter and the wind, and you know, just to be like a haven and eventually an example of a place that's kind of like, oh wow, this is something that our planet can do, and I can do this on my land, or this can be spread. We can reforest and rewild this planet. Like, that's really my vision.
So one of the things we have to do on this land is fencing. And tell us a little bit about your experience with the deer.
Yeah, so, whoa, that's a big one. So, you know, I'd say 2018, we started planting significant medicinals and nutritional plants, like thousands and thousands. And within about a year to a year and a half, 98% of it was gone, mostly by deer. And we do have fencing. We have cattle fencing. We have, you know, horses and sheep and goat in the pasture. And the fencing is fine for them, but the deer can jump it, they get through it. And I think as the droughts got worse and as the climate got more extreme, the deer got more desperate. And so whereas, you know, years ago, these plants would have been fine, a lot of them were deer resistant, and they were fine. Most of them were fine for a while, but it's just like as it got drier and drier and, you know, they just had less and less food, they started eating more and more of what they normally don't eat. So basically I just stopped planting because I wasn't gonna you know, expend all my time, energy, and money into planting more and more that they would just eat. So we've been working on some fencing that would be deer resistant. There's been some trial and error in that for sure. So we're still working on it, you know, but that's definitely like a huge, you know,
this is part of the Maui reality. You cannot grow any crops without fencing at this stage. And the deer are doubling in population every year, and so we're at a crisis stage of management of the deer. So that's a really big sector, so it's a big element on the land that we have to design for. When we look at a property that's this dry, particularly in the prolonged drought, you know, reading the landscape in a way that we want to design for that, we really want to think about redundant water systems. And when we walked the land earlier in the year, we found your dry pond, and we really quickly recognized that it had been dug some generations ago by earlier farmers on this land. So one of the things we're looking at is putting in a pretty sizable lined pond, and it's got the, you know, the dam on the one side, and the whole watershed of this property, like, it comes down, you know, into this pond point, and we can have the smaller part of it'll be lined, and then we'll have an ephemeral pond that we're going to actually design and we're going to do the excavation for. It'll be habitat, it'll be biodiverse, and it'll be one of a series of smaller ephemeral ponds across the property. So tell us how you feel about the ponds.
I'm crazy excited to have like a place for habitat for wildlife, for, you know, this diversity of plant life. I am insanely excited.
Let's go check out the farm. I want to go see the different sites.
Sounds awesome. Let's go.
Let's go.